Hello and welcome back. This section is named as Troubleshooting and Testing of Streaming Jobs. In this section, we are going to learn first how to troubleshoot a stream analytics job. That means in this first video of this section, we are going to learn about the general troubleshooting guidances on Azure Stream Analytics jobs. Then in the next video of this section, we are going to demonstrate that how to monitor and manage an Azure streaming jobs using Azure portal. Then in the last video of this section, we are going to demonstrate the different testing strategies of stream analytics queries with sample data. This video is targeted to troubleshooting steps of Azure Stream Analytics jobs. In this video, we are going to learn first a basic overview of Azure Stream Analytics troubleshooting references. Then we are going to discuss on Azure Stream Analytics Resource Health Blade. Then we are going to also demonstrate about the data-driven debugging strategies using Stream Analytics job diagram. So let's get started. Azure Stream Analytics provides the references of general troubleshooting and debugging. Stream Analytics troubleshooting can appear to be a little complex effort at first glance. After working with many users, Microsoft had created this guide just to help to understand the streamlining the process and to remove the guesswork about the job input, output and queries. So therefore, in order to start troubleshooting of the stream analytics job, in order to understand and to get the best results in troubleshooting of the stream analytics job, we need to follow some of the guidelines. Like first, we need to test the job connectivity, which is also in part of verifying the connectivity to the inputs and outputs in the job topology by using the test connection button for each input and output. We need to also examine thoroughly the input data in order to verify that the input data is flowing into the Event Hub. It's using the Service Bus Explorer to connect to Azure Event Hub or IoT Hub. We need to also check the sample data button for each input and to check the download the input sample data. And also we need to also check as a part of troubleshooting the inspection of the sample data to understand the shape of the data, the schema and the data type. And also it is also the part of the general troubleshooting of a streaming job that to test the query. Like in the query tab of the Azure Stream Analytics in portal, we have the test button which we will demonstrate during the demo of this section, that how to test the query using test button of a streaming job, and then use the downloaded sample data to test the query, which would help us to examine any errors or it just helps us to attempt to correct them. If we use also in the query some of the clauses like timestamp by, so we can verify that the events have timestamps which is greater than the job start time. We can also utilize the debugging strategies, like we can rebuild the query progressively from simple select statement to more complex aggregates by using some steps to build up the query logic, like step by step with clauses like WITH with clauses. We can use select into also to debug the query steps. We can also eliminate some of the common pitfalls in the query by using where clause to filter out all the events. We can use some of the cases like windowing functions, or we can wait for enter window duration to see any output. We can use the event ordering strategy. And finally, we can apply debugging like using some of the matrices by taking a deep look on the monitoring matrices in the monitor tab, which I'll be demonstrating in the demo section of these videos. And also Stream Analytics also helps us by using a deep thorough troubleshooting and monitoring of audit and diagnostics logs. So job diagnostics logs of streaming analytics definitely helps us to identify and to debug any errors. Azure Stream Analytics also helps us by utilizing the troubleshooting using Resource Health Blade. The Resource Health Blade in Azure portal, which typically demonstrates the health of the overall stream analytics job, which is also demonstrates the actionable guidances that can help to understand the general troubleshooting issues. And the Resource Health Blade is typically intended to provide you just to understand that what's the root cause of the problem, and which is not just caused by an event in Azure, but it can help you to know that when you need to open actually a technical support case with Microsoft to receive assistance. So in general, there are some of the job troubleshooting workflow that's being available. So in order to understand first the resource health, so you can just deep into the resource health blade under support and troubleshooting section of your job topology in Azure portal, and from there you can obviously take a look on the flowchart of how to open a support ticket. So there are various steps in order to get started to contact Microsoft support, and so that you could be obviously get the best results when you could be able to see there is some unexpected behavior has been started to occur in your job. So whenever you see there is some unexpected behavior is going to occur, events are mismatching, and you have troubleshoot it the best possible way, but still there is an issue, you can verify there is an Azure problem, and is the problem is that with Azure or not in your service or in your application side. So you can just go over the troubleshooting steps, then you can just define the troubleshooting process. It is successful, just collect the correct logs and just continue with the running job, and then you can open obviously a support ticket. So this is basically in the right hand side of the screen. You can see right now the Stream Analytics job troubleshooting flowchart. The job diagram in Azure Stream Analytics job monitoring section, which is also helps us to provide a detailed monitoring section, that's to visualize the job pipeline by showing the input, output, and the query steps with detailed execution. Because Stream Analytics job is not produced that to give the expected output, matrices in the job diagram can be used to identify the query steps which are receiving the inputs but not producing any outputs to identify any isolated issues. So additionally, when one or more inputs to the Stream Analytics job just stop producing events, the new capabilities can help to identify the inputs and outputs that have pending diagnosis messages associated with them. So in order to assess this capability, we have the job diagram button that is available. I will be also showing in the demo of this video that we can utilize the job diagram in the settings blade of the Stream Analytics job, and we can define the each and every matrices and isolate the problem. So let's see a quick look on the demo of a Stream Analytics job diagram, that's to visualize the data-driven debugging and matrices that is associated with each and every steps of a job diagram. So let's see a quick look on the job diagram of a sample Stream Analytics job named as vehicle telemetry, where I have defined, basically I have opened the job diagram that's coming out from the job settings here, and below support and troubleshooting section I have the options to open the job diagram. So once I click the job diagram, I have been just landed to this page just to open the job diagram, and you can see that my job is being active from last couple of minutes, and so that the number of input events, the output event serializations, input event bytes, that's all the details tab I'm able to see, basically the job input, output, and the component. And also there is an intermediary queries that's being available, so that's all the things have been available. Now if I click on any of these particular steps, so I could be able to see in detail the corresponding sections in the query editing pane that has been illustrated. So a matrices chart obviously just defining here that the details of each and every sections. Now if I just reset this view, so even I could be able to identify the details of the job sections. So let me quickly just click on collapse all and just quickly define here, so in order to just show that how the job diagram, so this is the job diagram here actually it looks like. So just open the job diagram. So here you can see each and every matrices. If I clicked on the context menu, so I could be able to see the input bytes, the input section. Basically in this vehicle telemetry analysis job I have two different inputs. So one input is event hub, that is being consists of the data stream. I have also a blob storage that's been consist of the reference data, and they have been processed through the query, and in the output I have the live visual Power BI. So this is how that if I go to troubleshoot for each and every section, so I could be able to see that how each and every sections can be partitions, and how the different partitions have been working together, like how the input section in event hub has been partitioned for partition 1, 2, 3, blob source has been partitioned so far. And if you see that also accordingly the diagram, obviously the graph, so it could be able to show you that how the even input, output, serializations, and output events having all propagated together. So this is how today stream analytics job diagram just helps us, and if I click on a single partition node, it could be able to show us the detailed matrices of that partition in the bottom.